Hey, this is the franchise Shane Douglas.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're watching.
And you're watching.
Yamane, aka WWE.
Here to this podcast and Ollie Harper, my man.
And you are watching Ollie Harper at YouTube.com.
And you're watching the Ollie Harper Show on YouTube.
Hey guys, it's me, Ollie, aka T, and it's that dude, and I am back again here on YouTube.com for all things professional wrestling. Now today, guys, well, first and foremost, you're probably hearing my voice. I'm just trying to get over a bit of a bad cold. My throat has been, I lost my voice the other day, but we're getting back, guys. The comeback is real. We're on the way back. But guys, today I wanted to make this video. As you know something, I was like, a video that would be pretty cool to talk about is the first day of a WrestleMania trip. And I feel like that is something that you guys would like me to talk about because I've done, 5 WrestleManias and, each experience was different. Each experience was unique. And I feel like, to really base my sort of ideas on how do you plan that first day, it's pretty much something to really delve into. Of course, WrestleMania 41 this year, Las Vegas, is coming pretty soon, especially when the other day they were like, it's like 99 days. And I was just like, that is not a long time. It's about 3 months. And it's insane to say, that WrestleMania 41, the Vegas trip, will be right around the corner. And of course, with that, I will be on here sharing my experiences like I always do. There'll be vlogs and it will be a fun time. And I can't wait to see you guys all out there. This is going to be my 6th WrestleMania trip. That is crazy to say, and to say that, with coming back to doing the WrestleMania trips in 2022, when I went to Dallas, Texas for 38, then did 39, then 40, and now doing 41, it's crazy. 4 years on the trot is pretty consistent and definitely something that I'm proud of. But like I say, so talk about first day of a WrestleMania trip. Well, first of all, if you're international and you're from the UK or you're coming from Australia or Ireland or wherever, the first thing you're going to feel is that jet lag. And that jet lag ain't no joke, because jet lag will kick your ass as soon as you walk into America. Now, of course, the ways to get over jet lag, keep yourself hydrated, and really do keep yourself hydrated. One of the things I learned from when I went to Los Angeles, because the LA trip with the 8 hours behind was pretty much was very sobering for me. I made sure I drank plenty of water on the plane, and I really did, to ensure that when I did touch down at LAX, I was feeling a bit more normal. But I would, from what I've learned, drinking alcohol on the plane does drain you, it exhausts you, and as much as it's tempting to take part in that mini bar on the plane, I'm telling you now, guys, if you get to America and you just feel like dirt as soon as you get there, it ain't the best way to start a trip. But like I say, plenty of water, hydrate the soul, hydrate the mind is what it's about. But as I say, to get back into talking, so first day, usually for a lot of people, that first day of the WrestleMania trip will be the travel day. And depending on when you fly, what time you fly, most people will usually fly and, you will end up getting into the US around lunchtime or into the early evening. And that's something where you do have to start to sort of think, well, if you've only got like half a day on that first day of really travel, what can you do? Now, of course, in WWE's position, usually what they will do, the last Raw on that Monday, and then usually from Tuesday, they will start to move everything across, and that's usually their way they do things. But what I would always say is look around, that first day might be worth just doing something completely non-wrestling related. That might be an opportunity to really take in some of those sites and those landmarks. I think that in itself can be really good and something that people usually can forget to do. Philadelphia had a lot of landmarks and a lot of things that were just you couldn't not want to do them. They were just there, and you were, doing like the Rocky Steps and the Rocky statue, and the Liberty Bell. This stuff was definitely early week, early trip stuff to do. Plus, doing it early, if you've got in before a majority of fans, if you're getting in on a Tuesday, then you've got that early time, and there is always going to usually be a lot less people than normally when you hit the Thursday, when a lot more wrestling fans start coming in. Of course, by Friday, everybody's in town. So, but, in terms of like, if you don't do that and you are more of a traveling in and it's by the Thursday, well, first day, if you found your flights were quite reasonable and you did get in at a local time and a friendly time, and you have got some time on a Thursday, first thing I'd be doing, guys, is getting over to that Superstore. That would be my number one priority on that first day of the Mania trip. Because the Mania store, they've been doing it for a lot of years now. And having the Superstore, they had it, I want to say WrestleMania 29 was the first, Superstore. And then they've done them ever since. And, that's always going to be that stop, that location for memorabilia, merchandise, and for the most part, for the first day, you're going to find all that great limited edition stuff. Those mini belts. There's going to be exclusive pieces that you will probably not be able to get later in the week. Certain items, certain t-shirts will only be there on that first day. And, but also remember, guys, I think I've mentioned it before, Superstore will be 100% cashless. Cash is not something WWE likes to deal with in their own pop-up stores. It's just what it is. I don't know why they don't like cash. Cashless is the way they do it. And a lot more places have gone cashless, restaurants, bars, pretty post-COVID. But they don't like cash. It's a very, they just want a cashless environment, a transaction with your credit card, in and out. T-shirts will range from around $40. And I say this every year. Of course, Los Angeles, they started at $40. And of course, Texas, they were around $35. I feel where we are now, I'm still thinking they could start pumping up to $45. I mean, that could just be inflation as it's going on. But yeah, something to bear in mind, guys. Usually on that first day as well, use it as an opportunity just to really take a breath and really know your surroundings and get an idea of your location. There's one of the things that I will always say to first timers that are going to Mania, on a Mania trip, is just don't get over, it will be quite overwhelming. You can't say don't get overwhelmed because you probably will. And that's because, with being in such an environment where there is wrestling everywhere and it's something that's really incredible, you do feel that you're within it, it's something, it's so superb. But yeah, first days usually, and I wouldn't say an access because we don't have access anymore. It's WWE World, and WWE World, of course, they haven't formally announced it, but it will be back. Of course, if you're an on-location holder like me this year, it's included in your on-location, so that's good. For the Friday through Sunday now, whether they decide to add a Monday and a Thursday slot, that has not been announced. But of course, WWE World will of course link on with the Superstore. And also to make you guys aware, you can go in the Superstore without having a ticket for WWE World. Make that very, very clear. People sometimes think you've got to have a ticket for WWE World to get in the Superstore. That is completely false. The Superstore is a standalone thing next to a ticketed thing as WWE World is. Now, of course, other things to bear in mind with first days of a WrestleMania trip, of course, will also be about, like I say, with the WWE World, and really just, if you can get in on that first day, if that is your day, that is your first full, let's now talk about if it's your first full day at WWE World, and that's going to be the day where you will take in all those exhibits, you will take in all that memorabilia. The lines should be a little shorter. That's just something that has been known. It's a last day, the first day, and usually the Monday is usually quite a soft day as well. But yeah, they are much quieter days, and they're more friendly for, getting stuff done, because when you hit that Saturday period is when things go quite peak, and that's where there are a lot more fans in town, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now, to get back to talking about maintenance and talking about what it is that you would be ideally looking to do on that first day, and I've done it myself in the past, and I will always say this, is find yourself a little mini mart downtown. If you can find yourself something that stocks up on water, Red Bull, if you're not really an energy drink guy, get some coffee, whatever, that stuff is always good. Stock up on some snacks, stock up on some Snickers bars, whatever floats your boat. I'm just going off some of the stuff I like, but that might not be what you all like. But that stuff is always good, because you've got those little snacks, those things that can, get you a quick outing on a day when there isn't as much time to eat. But of course, as you get older, as you get a little bit more, you unwind a bit more, and you realize that you can take a minute to breathe and take a minute to eat. And that's something that I've always really tried to provide on these Mania trips, is to actually just sit down, eat, and don't forget to not eat. I think when we were younger, a Mania trip would be extremely crazy in terms of not eating, because you were too busy, excited, and rushing to go and meet some wrestler at the Superstore, because it was a free event and you wanted to be there on time, and you'd forget to get your breakfast, and that would pay a lot. You'd feel yourself crashing through the day. So very important, make sure you're finding those nice spots, and even not just with the mini mart, but if you want to go and find out some nice places where you could go get some food in the morning, do it. It's important to just take a step back sometimes to really just feel what you're gonna do, because it really does pay off. Also, transportation, very important. Sometimes I think that Ubers can be a waste of money, and they really can. You can get getting through money like that on an Uber if you just you don't want to walk around in the rain because you're a sad ass. But I mean, honestly, if you are wanting to save some money, look at the trains, look at the monorails, look at things like that. And I think that in itself is important. You can save a lot of money. If you're just going to rely on the Ubers all the time, that can be a daft mentality, and you really can burn through a lot of money doing that. And then you just, by the end of the trip, you're realizing, shit, I probably wasted $200 on Ubers when I could have been putting that money, saving that money in other ways. But hey, you live and learn, right, guys? But yeah, honestly, guys, first days of a WrestleMania trip can be overwhelming. They can be very, very important. But the most part, guys, they are just, it's what you want to do. And that's it. And if you're going on your own, you've got your own sort of base and what you want to do. Always important, have a good hotel, have something that's comfortable. I'm telling you now, some of the best hotels are in the US. But of course, look out for those resort fees, because of course Vegas will have them. They're from like $50, a resort fee, which is just a standalone tax that they just throw in there, even once you've paid for your room. So something to bear in mind. But yeah, guys, honestly, love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. If you come in a Mania, look forward to hearing from you guys. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. And as I say, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll catch each and every one of you down the road for another video. I'm out, guys.